Today we're going to go over a couple trade recaps Mya and Max have taken either today or later in this past week. And we'll start off with Max, who goes over a bit of order flow, supply and demand, and then we'll move on to me with the price action trading.
So coming into a bit of context for the day, I took a trade short out of this 4-hour supply zone, and why I was looking at the supply zone was because it broke below these two previous structures here and this one down here, and strong drop from that.
Nice.
And so what I saw in the supply zone was the price sweep above this previous daily high on the 5-minute. I could see it not hold above that previous day high, and instead it swept it and pushed down lower. And on the order flow, what that looks like, the price pushed up here. I'll just move this. You can see the big buyers here,
Yeah.
And this buying failed. In time, it looked like buyers push up really strong.
Yeah.
The volume increased a little bit, and then it started dropping off with sellers getting aggressive. You can see here.
Is that exhaustion?
It's absorption.
Absorption.
These buyers got absorbed, and then it pushed lower.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not exhaustion.
No. Exhaustion is when the buyers lack, when they move higher.
Right.
That would have been a good entry, but I didn't take this entry, and hindsight, it was a very good entry. The reason I think I didn't take it is because I could see the market moving up like this, and overnight it pushed up really strong. You can see here, as the overnight session pushed up super strong into that supply zone.
So this was today?
Yes, was today. And so seeing that, I sort of want to see the price move away first and then get in on a pullback, but that's not really proper even on these like super upward trending moves, because you'd want to enter on the first signal of buyers failing to take a short scalp back to like the nearest level.
Right.
And I didn't do that today. Instead, I did get short on a pullback. It was still a valid trade, but for the context being so bullish, it makes it less valid.
Yeah.
And the trade was basically based around this buyer here acting as a roof to price.
Yeah.
You can see it tried to sell off here, but eventually the trend was too strong. It pushed up through, but I entered short right here.
Oh,
Stop loss above the high.
Yeah, and you got immediately stopped out.
Yeah, it was a good trade, but it was, fitting the context, it's not really.
And the overall bias of today was very bullish.
And the overnight session, yeah. And so taking a short scalp like this back to a nearest area of demand, it's fine. That's the strategy inside a higher time frame supply zone, but taking a continuation short with a lower high, less probability.
Yeah.
We can see my fills over here where I hit the market short right here, stopped out there.
Yeah.
And the reason I went short there, my confirmation for actually hitting the sell button, was I see it pop up on this buying here and start to fade lower.
Yeah.
And then the sellers got super aggressive holding it down. It just never had that follow through lower because of the strong trend. And I'm noticing in my trades a lot more that if I enter on the first signal, it works out a lot more, even though it's like kind of counter trend, counter
trend trading.
Yeah, it is counter trend trading, but that's the strategy. It's trapped buying or trapped selling.
Yeah.
But when I enter on the first signal and instead of entering on a higher, lower high, it works out a lot better.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot more uncomfortable because it's like you're entering as the market's going up.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but
yeah,
entering there, I need to get better at it, being more
first entries.
Yeah, being more comfortable on the first signal of it failing, because this was a really good signal. You see it try to continue higher. Buyers got super aggressive and immediately failed. That's great confirmation inside that higher time frame supply zone. So coming into this next trade, it was a long out of demand, and the reason I was looking at it is because it was in a 15-minute demand zone and the price swept below this a couple of days low, a couple of days before Tuesday low down here at the 64. Only just, but it still swept it. And so here's coming into the actual trade. So yeah, it drops very strong to my demand zone and it starts basing immediately. And what I see on the order flow is a bunch of selling, try to continue price lower down here, below this previous daily low. And it immediately gets popped up with aggressive buying. And so I hit the market long there. It was a great entry, like I was talking about first signals. Instead of waiting for it to move, then enter on a lower high, I entered on the first signal today, on this day, and I capitalized on some of this upside move. My target was the 85s, but I need to get better at holding my trades because I exited it here at the 81s when I saw it starting to struggle to break above. Like here, I didn't want to get like a point to it, and then a point to it, and then going back to my break even.
Yeah.
And so I need to get better at holding trades, but other than that, this was a great trade. That did end up being the lower day here.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, do you want to go into your trade?
Yeah, easy. So I took 2 trades today. It was a win and a loss. I entered the charts around 5:30 this morning, and it was actually very quickly after I'd entered those charts where the trades that I took appeared. Overall, coming into the market, I always ask myself, are we bearish or are we bullish or are we sideways? Today was a bullish day, as you can see. So I'm looking for second entry shorts, not second entry shorts. I'm looking for second entry longs or failed second entry shorts off the 21 EMA. So I've marked out a little green arrow. That is the trade that I took. That was my win. But slightly before that, just in here, I took a loss because I thought what I saw wasn't there. If that makes sense. I was trading what I was thinking and not what I was seeing.
You were trying to predict, not reacting to the market.
Well, yeah, I thought I saw a setup, but it wasn't there and it wasn't valid. And I ended up entering because I thought I saw something. I didn't really go through the mental steps of like, is this valid? And so it ultimately led to a loss. But quickly after it, it came into a perfect second entry long. We've got the top of the high, so you got first entry, second entry, and then this bar right here, because it triggered, it broke above this red one. That means it's triggered, it's confirming, and now you wait for it to close to enter to go long. So that's exactly what I did here, and I took it right up, I think to around here. I always take 2 contracts. My first contract is always 2 points, which I think was like around somewhere here, and then my runner got to about here.
Put the screenshot up on the screen of your trade.
Yeah, I went over it briefly on my Instagram page as well.
Yeah, where we document all our trades, by the way. The links to that will be in the description.
And that was pretty much my 2 trades today. My win ultimately covered that complete loss that I took moments before, plus adding an extra 137 up for my P&L for the week.
That's good.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good trade going with the trend as well, the big bullish uptrend.
Of course, with my strategy, I always, if it's a bullish day, you're only looking for longs. If it's a bearish day, you're only looking for shorts.
Nice.
And so the whole day I was like bearish, bullish,
yeah,
longs, etc.
What other setups would you have taken here that you're talking about?
This one right here, which would have led to an amazing runner. So here we have a first entry, second entry, comes down, and here, right here is a higher low.
Yeah.
And so we would have entered right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that's his double top, so technically the count restarts here. Unless,
does it have to be at the EMA?
Yeah. Okay. So the EMA is kind of like the middle, because if you enter too far above the EMA, the price will always retrace back to the EMA. So for the most high probability of setup, you want to be going off the EMA, either long or short.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, it would have been an entry right here, which would have ultimately led to this amazing runner.
Yeah, it would have been a good runner.
It would have.
Overall, that was just a couple of recaps of the trades we took this week, going over where we're at in our journey, I guess. I think I need to work on sort of my psychology in the trading about how I trade as well, like entering on that first signal, being uncomfortable with it, but I need to get comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I
think I need to work on potentially just scaling up a little bit more with contracts. I always managed, like, I'll go to enter with my eval, but then I'll switch to the sim, or like, because I've got too much contracts or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just need to work on
accepting the risk.
Accepting the risk of, this is my eval, I'm going to do my 2 contracts, and I'm going to enter.
Yeah. If you have any questions about the trades we took, about us in general, ask them in the comments below. We'll answer all of them. And yeah, that's all we have for today.
Bye.